Captain Jake Morrison had been stationed on the Intergalactic Trade Station for 6 months, and in that time, he learned to tolerate most species with remarkable patience. But Commander Zythex was testing every ounce of it. The Vextoran female was tall, elegant, and utterly convinced that humans were beneath her consideration. She'd made her contempt clear from their first meeting. A slight curl of her lip, a dismissive wave of her hand, and a consistent refusal to acknowledge him as anything more than an amusing distraction. Jake had endured it with the professional composure expected of a human diplomat. He attended the council meetings, nodded when spoken at, and maintained the fragile peace between human interests and Vextoran supremacy. But today, Zythex had crossed the line. It started small. A poke to his shoulder as she passed him in the corridor, followed by a mocking laugh. "Did the little creature flinch?" she cooed, her voice dripping with contempt. Another poke, this time harder. Then another. She was toying with him like a predator, testing the response time of prey. The other aliens in the hallway watched with fascination. Some Vextorans found amusement in her displays of dominance. Others seemed uncomfortable but said nothing. Challenging a Vextoran commander was social suicide. Jake's jaw clenched. He could feel his blood pressure rising. Every instinct screamed at him to respond, but protocol demanded restraint. He took a breath and tried to step away. Zythex blocked his path, her elongated fingers with their razor-sharp nails reaching out to poke him again. This time, she went for his face. "Tell me, little human," she purred, her obsidian eyes glinting with malice. "Does your species feel pain the way we do? I've always wondered." Her finger never made contact. Jake's hand shot up, grabbing her wrist. His eyes locked with hers, and in that moment, something primal shifted in his expression. He pulled her hand toward his mouth, opened his jaws, and bit down firmly on the fleshy base of her thumb. The station went silent. Zythex screamed. Not from pain. Her Vextoran physiology was far too resilient for a human bite to cause serious injury, but from shock. The humiliation of it. A human had dared to use his teeth against her. Jake released her wrist and stepped back, his breathing controlled. His posture shifted into something distinctly predatory. His eyes had gone flat and cold. "That's what we do," he said quietly, his voice carrying an edge of danger. "We bite. We're not gentle creatures, Commander. We're apex predators from a world where dominance is established through willingness to fight back." Zythex cradled her wrist, staring at the bite mark in disbelief. Around them, the hallway erupted into whispers. An alien security officer started to approach, but paused, uncertain. A human had just physically challenged a Vextoran commander. This had never happened before. What happened next shocked everyone further. Ambassador Karash, a neutral Draken delegate who'd been observing from across the corridor, let out what could only be described as a laugh, a low, rumbling sound of genuine amusement. "The human bit her," he said to his companion, shaking his head in wonder. By the ancient codes, the human actually bit her. Within hours, the incident had spread throughout the station, not as an attack, but as a display of dominance. In Vextoran culture, physical assertion was the language of respect. Zythex had been testing Jake's boundaries, provoking him, asserting her superiority. And Jake had responded in the only way she could understand, with a willingness to escalate beyond social niceties. More importantly, he hadn't backed down. That evening, Zythex requested a private meeting with Jake. He arrived with caution, unsure what to expect, retaliation, perhaps, or formal charges. Instead, he found something unexpected, curiosity. "Your species fights," Zythex said, studying him with new interest. "You don't just flee or submit. You escalate." "We survive," Jake corrected. "And sometimes we do it by refusing to accept dominance from those who haven't earned it." Zythex circled him slowly, her earlier contempt replaced with something resembling respect. "I tested your boundaries," she acknowledged. "In my culture, that is how we determine hierarchy. I see now that you have a hierarchy as well. I simply failed to recognize it." She extended her wrist, showing the bite mark. "This is a mark of acknowledgement. In my studies, I should have recognized it." Jake wasn't sure what to say. He'd expected anger, not acceptance. Perhaps, Zythex continued, humans are not as primitive as I believed. A creature willing to use its teeth against a superior being is either very brave or very foolish. I am still determining which. Over the following weeks, something remarkable happened. Zythex stopped dismissing Jake. Instead, she began engaging with him seriously, treating him as a peer rather than an amusement. She attended his briefings with genuine interest. She even corrected other Vextorans who made condescending remarks about humanity. Jake had learned something crucial that day. Sometimes, the only language a predator understood was the willingness to bite back. And sometimes, that willingness earned respect.